Hey everyone. I wanted to about a social issue that I've been thinking about lately, and that's race-specific media. And what I mean by that, more specifically, African American specific media is channels like BET, who also hosts the Black Only Music Awards, Ebony Magazine, uh, Black Men's Magazine, Essence Magazine for Black Women, just to name a few. Now, the problem with having things with black or ebony or African American in the title and targeting it only towards that race is an issue. Um, it's just a hypocritical reflection of the civil rights movement of the 1960s. Now, racist white people wanted to segregate black people and have separate bathrooms, separate drinking fountains, anything. And Martin Luther King fought to destroy that, to destroy the segregation that existed, and people followed him, and it created a great change. But what isn't a great change is how it's completely flip-flopped, and today we're just moving towards a more evolved version of segregation that's acceptable to society. I'm not saying that one person could say then all other races that exist should have their own media, should have their own month, should have anything specific to their race. But I don't think any of that should exist. If we're gonna make this melting pot thing in the United States work, we've got to move towards all accepting the same entertainment and mixing it into one. I've heard from someone once. I asked, why should there be Black History Month if no other races have a month? And on top of that, it's just separating yourselves and concentrating only on a specific history when we should be concentrating on each other's history and everyone as a whole. And I said, maybe there probably shouldn't be a Black History Month. And they said, well, the other 11 months of the year are White History Month. And I said, no, that's not true. White people may be a majority, but there is no White History Month. There is no stamp of anything that says, white entertainment, white history, but everything that I discussed earlier does have that stamp and makes it a race-specific thing. Now, if we want to move towards destroying segregation, we need to back away from these types of things. And I'm not saying we have to enjoy every form of entertainment that's out there, but if we're making it specific for one race, that in turn is a form of racism towards everyone else that's not included. Now, whether it may not seem that way, it's just kind of a fact. That's just what it is. So, I hope that one day, maybe, we don't have to have any of this. And maybe, not to say that racism will ever be abolished. It never will be. It's always going to exist. But if we want to move people towards being more color neutral and accepting each other, that the only way we can do so is by destroying all this stuff, all these race-specific things. It may have worked at one point. If a certain group is discriminated against for a number of years, and they are a definite minority that has less rights, then they deserve to have their own entertainment. They deserve to have their own magazine, their own news. But we live in a society where we voted in a black president. We live in a society that's completely evolved from what this country used to be. And if we want to maintain that image, someone's got to make a step forward and get rid of these things. Thanks.